Show me your hands now! Show your hands! Stay there! Show your hands! Turn around.
Right, stand there. Your hands up for me.
Turn around.
Wow, what's all this about?
Don't know, mate. Don't know what.
You don't know what it's about. You've handcuffed me.
Right, relax.
I'm relaxed. You relax.
Right, don't face me.
Don't face you?
Oh, yes, don't
Why?
face me. You're getting aggressive towards me.
I'm getting aggressive because I'm asking why you've got me cuffed.
Yeah. Relax.
Well, tell me what's your grounds for having me cuffed.
Huh?
What's your grounds? You need grounds to. You can't just go up to members of the public, right, and handcuff people like this.
Right. From Bishopsgate Police Station. And PT Tutwell, we're searching under Section 1, okay?
What's your grounds?
Grounds for... Yourself has been... Well, you've probably been seen with a knife, okay?
A knife?
That's why, yeah, potentially, yeah. That's why you're searched.
Wow.
From the moment officers arrived, they went straight into overdrive. Tasers out, no questions, and immediate detention of 2 auditors simply recording from a public pavement. Their justification? A supposed knife sighting, not backed by evidence but whispered by private security and accepted without hesitation. Instead of verifying, they jumped to handcuffs and shouted Section 1, forgetting that PACE demands real, reasonable grounds, not rumors, not assumptions, and certainly not aimed at someone holding camera. A single look at the scene would have shown no weapon, no threat, and no crime. Yet they leaned entirely on an untested claim and called it lawful action. That isn't just sloppy, it's indefensible.
What are you filming?
Is it illegal to film?
No, it depends where you're going to film and what you're doing.
Am I in a public place?
I don't know. When you're trying to go in buildings and in private
No one's
car
tried to go.
parks, and in
No one's
private
tried.
car parks,
No one's tried to go in there, sir. I mean, don't forget. Listen, let me tell you this, sir. Right? Don't forget, you've got a phone call alleging that people have got knives. Have you found any knives?
No.
So people are lying then, aren't they?
Not necessarily. It's
Well,
members of the public.
Huh?
Members of the public. So doesn't matter.
It does matter.
You're going in and out of buildings. You should not be going in.
Have you got any proof that we have been in any buildings that you're not supposed to?
We're checking the CCTV.
I suggest you do before you make stupid allegations like that, sir. What's your number, please?
I haven't made an allegation.
What's your number, please?
I haven't made.
You've just told me that I've been trying to go into buildings.
No, I said the allegation is from public that you've been going to buildings. I haven't said I've seen you doing it.
So he said it's a knife. You were saying that we're supposed to be going in buildings.
Members of public have told us. So that's all we're going by.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Okay.
Right. So all they're going to do is just take your details.
No, they're not. I bet they don't.
You're going to refuse to give your details.
I'm not going to refuse, but am I your bloods? If I'm your bloods, I'll give you them.
After a full search produces nothing, the sergeant shows up and instantly begins hurling baseless claims. When asked why they are being treated like criminals, his answer is vague. I don't know. You're trying to go in buildings and private car parks. No evidence, no footage, no reports, just a last-minute excuse to cover a failed search. Then comes a key moment. The auditor asks if any knives were found, and the sergeant admits, no. When the auditor points out that someone must be lying, the sergeant fires back with one of the most baffling lines of the day. Members of the public, it doesn't matter. That single remark exposes a mindset. Anonymous claims outweigh truth, and once the mistake is revealed, accountability is simply brushed aside.
Sorry?
If I am obliged to give my details, I will.
Yeah,
if I'm not obliged, then it's not refusal, is it? It's not a refusal.
You don't have to give your details.
Yeah, so that's not refusing then, is it?
I'm not going to stand up.
Yeah, because you try to word things, don't you, man?
Does anyone, I'm just asking because I don't know what's been asked of you already.
Listen, I'm not going to give you no hard time, mate, you know.
Just so you know, I'm not ignoring you. I don't want to ask you the same questions that officers have already asked.
No, I'm saying I'm not going to give you no hard time.
Has anyone asked this gentleman, or have you been asked what photos you're taking and what you're taking images of?
Sarge, can I ask a question?
Yeah, of course you can.
Right. Do you know the police, right? They work on what they know, don't we? We don't work on what potential.
I do. I work on potential.
Right.
I work on why are 3 individuals here taking pictures of vehicles parked in the back of buildings,
going up to the back of buildings.
But that's what I work on. That's not normal behaviour.
Okay.
For me, under
Section
43 of the Terrorism Act, we have a power to search you and search any images you've taken.
When the auditor reminds him that police act on facts, not guesses, the sergeant proudly replies, I do. I work on potential. That isn't a stumble. It's a flat rejection of lawful policing. The law doesn't permit detaining people on hunches or gut instinct. It requires solid, objective grounds. Potential isn't a standard. It's fantasy policing. To cover himself, he asks why 3 people are photographing vehicles behind buildings, as if that proves wrongdoing. It doesn't. Recording from public space, even if it includes expensive cars or private property, isn't suspicious. It's lawful. Plenty of people photograph cars as a hobby. The only potential here is the sergeant's own assumptions projected onto a scene he never stopped to actually understand.
You've got to have grounds.
I have got grounds. I've just given you the grounds.
And let me tell you this, Sarge.
Plainclothes officers be taking photos of vehicles, and why are you at the back of a building, coming up to the back of this building? I want to see if you've taken
Because
images.
the security guard engaged me in conversation and asked me what I was doing.
Right, and why did the security guard ask you what you was doing?
Because I was looking at that car there, because it's a sports car.
What car were? Oh, okay, right. For me, looking into the basement area of the back of a building is suspicious behaviour.
Suspicious is not against the law.
No, it isn't.
Right.
It gives us grounds under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
I know you're the same now,
Right, so that's
you've already done that?
No, we haven't. We searched under Section 1 because we were told there was a knife.
Okay.
So you haven't been searched under Section 43(1.
No, but you've searched us, so you don't need to search us again then.
Well, we can search your images under Section 43.
But you've got it. Right, listen, let me tell you this then, right? There's a memo that went about to all police stations, right, to say that photography in public is not illegal and shouldn't be used. And listen, let me finish though. This is the important bit, right? And shouldn't be used less than to use Section 43 under. Yeah, it does.
But we're not saying
and that comes from the National Chief Constable.
Doesn't matter. Within the back of a back of a building, that's suspicious behaviour. And for me, that is covered under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act.
Even after the knife claim collapsed and the Section 1 search turned up nothing, the sergeant wouldn't back down. The order to explain plainly, security asked what he was doing, and he said he was looking at a sports car. The sergeant even acknowledged the car but twisted it into suspicious behavior for glancing near a basement area. That isn't evidence, that's optics stretched thin. And instead of easing off, he doubled down. When reminded that suspicion isn't a crime, the sergeant agreed, then dropped an outrageous line, that it gave them grounds under Section 43 of the Terrorism Act to search through personal images. This came right after admitting Section 1 had already failed. It wasn't lawful escalation. It was retaliation, shifting goalposts because the first excuse collapsed.
So what will happen now, you're going to be let go, but I'd strongly suggest, obviously, if you are filming and auditing, to be exceptionally careful with what you're doing, because we will get called back again, and it's likely...
And you'll treat us fairly, you'll treat us fairly, won't you?
Listen, that's what we've done now, haven't we?
No.
Now that you don't suspect anything, can I come out of this?
Of course I can, and that was what I was saying.
Yeah,
So, that's what I was
no,
saying.
that's unwanted contact. It's unwanted contact. Get off me, man.
Let go of him. Listen.
Don't talk like
listen.
that. Don't talk to me like that, Sergeant. I won't talk to you like that.
Listen. That's all I've said. Listen. How's that rude? I'm asking you to listen.
If I'm shouting,
You're shouting.
No, if I was shouting, you're shouting. Listen.
I'm just saying listen, because you're looking at me. Listen to me a minute, right? So, based on what I was being told, looking in the building, obviously my colleague's got some more information now, and I've had a discussion, and we agree, we all agree. Listen, we all agree there's not enough under Section 43. That's what I was trying to get to. We've got to that, right? But your behaviour, taking images and photos...
Is it illegal?
No, it's not illegal.
Well, there you go then, so will you stop saying that, please?
Because we don't know until we stop and talk to you and deal with it. We don't know until we stop and talk to you what you've been doing.
I got roughed up, man.
The Section 1 search came up empty, and the sergeant even admits filming isn't illegal. Yet instead of closing it out, he lingers, still trying to frame the auditor's actions as suspicious, not because of anything done, but purely because of where they stood and what they aimed the camera at. It's weak reasoning. He can't take further action because there's nothing to act on, so he repeats behavior as if the word itself creates grounds. It doesn't. Not in law. The threat was gone. The story collapsed, and all that remained was empty talk to save face, hoping his presence alone would justify a failed encounter.
Well, I didn't rough you up, so you was put in cuffs. That's your words, not mine. You was put in handcuffs for whatever reasons. I wasn't here when you was being cuffed, all right? So, but we've had a conversation now, so you've been stopped. The initial allegation for a Section 1 search was because we were told there were knives seen. That's why.
Sarge, listen, I don't feel as though we've had a conversation. I feel as though I've been shouted at.
Well, I haven't raised my voice, so you have, but I haven't. I haven't needed.
That wasn't, you know, Sarge.
That's right.
But Sarge, can I ask you just one
asked you to listen, that's all.
Okay, can I ask you to listen then?
Yeah, of course.
Can I have a copy of my stop search? You're the sergeant.
Stop search you, but I didn't stop search you.
Because I've called him a clown, he doesn't want to give me it.
Well, it's your right to have a copy of that.
Well, tell him then. Excuse me, clown.
Hello.
Sergeant said you've got to give me a copy of the stop search.
I said you're entitled to a copy of your stop
that's
search.
fine.
Yeah.
Go on then.
Now, I haven't got it on me. So
Oh, you'll see ya, more scab.
Listen.
Create it. Listen to the officer. He'll explain, all right?
That's
He's
what I'm
not an
saying.
officer. He's not an officer, Sarge. He's a constable.
Right.
Right, he's still an officer.
No, he's not.
Do you want to listen? Do you want to listen?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Give me your email and I'll do that. Or you can go in front of Bishopsgate Police Station and you can collect a paper copy. Do you understand?
See you later then. Ta-da. Are you getting a copy? Here you, he's got a copy, here. He's got a copy. You little tyrant.
The officers thought walking away was the end, but it wasn't. Torb and the other auditor took the unlawful stop straight to HNK solicitors, forcing the police to answer. No apology, no accountability, just a legal backpedal. Their excuse? An officer thought he saw something like a sheath, and that vague remark triggered tasers, cuffs, and a full Section 1 search. No knife, no threat, just speculation dressed up as fact. The follow-up letter made it worse, insisting the handcuffing, detention, taser threat, and spray were lawful and proportionate, or supposedly justified by a face covering in a gray bag. Not one officer confirmed a weapon before escalating. They built an entire use-of-force response on a guess, then tried to hide behind legal jargon. But the truth came out in the one thing they didn't want to admit, a £500 payout. After all the denials, they still settled because they knew no knife, no crime, no grounds. The case fell apart the moment the tasers appeared. Officers acted on second-hand claims, carried out a baseless Section 1 search, then tried to stretch it into Section 43 terrorism powers when nothing was found. That wasn't policing. It was scrambling to save face. And the sergeant's own words gave it away. No law had been broken, but he still leaned on behavior and proudly declared he works on potential. That's not professional policing. That's admitting you bypassed the law itself. That mindset turned a harmless camera in a sports car into an unlawful stop, unnecessary force, and a payout that never should have happened. The right approach was simple: observe, engage, and verify, not arrive with tasers drawn and assumptions locked in. If the officer had taken 30 seconds to check the situation himself instead of running with a story from security, none of this would have unfolded. But that's a pattern. Act first, justify later, and hope the paperwork holds up when it doesn't. This wasn't one bad stop. It was a clear example of how power slips when facts get ignored in favor of feelings. The payout only confirmed what the footage already showed. It wasn't proportionate, it wasn't reasonable, and it wasn't justified. It was wrong from the start. And the only reason there's any accountability is because the auditors refused to back down. That's it for today's video. If you found this breakdown useful, hit like, drop a comment, and subscribe to support more independent coverage.